Spirit 92.9 went on the air in 1999 as Positive Hits Spirit 93 and aired the Salem Radio Satellite Network. It all started with local entrepreneur and radio broadcaster Andy Hilger, who worked for and eventually came to own WJON and 3 other radio stations in St. Cloud. In 1999, he sold the 3 stations to Regent Broadcasting, but donated KKJM Spirit 93 to the Catholic Diocese of St. Cloud and volunteered to serve as its manager for 6 years. Positive Hits Spirit 93 made gains in listenership and loyalty as part of the satellite network. Then in 2003, new program director Scott Michaels committed the station to locally originating programming. And May of 2004, the first one-day share-a-thon went on the air and raised $25,000. This was enough to purchase the old Spirit 92.9 van, along with banners and broadcast equipment, allowing Spirit 92.9 to be at hundreds of local events, spreading the word and supporting the local faith community.
Hey, it's Diana Madsen. 2004, this is really where my story with Spirit 92.9 begins. I was a college student at St. Ben's, growing in my faith, and I started listening to the radio station. Well, then I came to volunteer and eventually got talked into being on the morning show, and then worked up to be the program director. But in that time, I got to walk in lots of parades and see how God was drawing lots of individuals and families to the Positive broadcast, but also how he was bringing just the right team members, from our general manager to different individuals and employees to the radio station. It was really a very dynamic time.
Since then, Spirit 92.9 has continued to forge a tight relationship with listeners, interacting with them on air and out and about, and relying on them for nearly $200,000 in listener support annually. With those resources, Spirit 92.9 has been able to bring in national concert events, develop outreach opportunities like the Opening Act competition, and support local ministries. For example, Spirit 92.9 helped the Place of Hope sponsor all of their families this past Christmas. And as a result, listenership has nearly tripled. Spirit 92.9 serves 20 to 30,000 individuals per week, and stories of lives changed continue to pour in.
I found Spirit 92.9 simply by flipping through stations in my car. I would stop and listen every once in a while and think, this is pretty good music. But the more I listened, the more I've come to love your station. It has been such a blessing in my life, and it seemed to come to me just at the right time. Spirit 92.9 not only strengthened my faith and my relationship with God, but it has made me a happier and a more positive person. So thank you so much for everything you guys do. I'm a faithful listener.
In 2006, Andy Hilger was inducted to the Museum of Broadcasting Hall of Fame, and Spirit 92.9 is indebted to his generosity and legacy of faith and family in the St. Cloud area. Spirit 92.9 is also grateful to the St. Cloud Diocese for their commitment to keeping it an inviting place for all faith traditions. And Spirit 92.9 thanks their generous financial supporters for standing with them as they continue to support families, strengthen believers, and share God's love in central Minnesota.
So where from here? Well, we really feel like God has given us a vision to support families, strengthen believers, and share God's love in central Minnesota. And we're going to do this in a few ways by providing more resources and information on the radio as well as on our website to help strengthen families and support individuals in their faith walk. Also, we want to create more events to bring the church together in worship, and also events for families to really bring together the community of believers. We want to show the central Minnesota community that in these uncertain economic times, or when it feels like all moral virtue has gone out the window, that family values are for today, and that in God we have this abundant hope and peace that is accessible to everyone. And we feel like as a radio station, we're uniquely positioned to be an umbrella ministry, again, to unite believers and invite new individuals into the kingdom in a really accessible way.
Greater things have yet to come, and greater things are still